getting worn down as games go on. It's up to the offense to put the defense in a better position to be successful.
Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. That's where the Eskimos will start. And Joseph throws. Cook's got it. Across the 20 and back to the 21-yard line.
Well, we've seen Fred Stamps in recent weeks heating up a little bit, especially last week, his 204 yards through the air. Seems like he's developing a pretty good rapport with the veteran quarterback, Kerry Joseph. You see the difference in his numbers with Stephen Giles as starting quarterback. Not getting the deep balls as much. 28 catches, 344 yards. With Kerry Joseph in there, over 500 yards as he gets himself back on that usual 1,000-yard pace.
Second and short, and the give goes to Jerome Messam, and Messam's got a first down up close to the 30-yard line. The Eskimos released Corey Boyd this week, so it'll be Hugh Charles, Jerome Messam, and Calvin McCarty, who's back in the lineup leading the way. You see Stephen Giles on the sidelines for Edmonton, and he's listed as the third quarterback on the depth chart. Should something happen to Kerry Joseph, we expect that Matt Nichols would be the first man to go in.
Yeah, Stephen Giles has experienced his ups and downs as the Edmonton Eskimos starting quarterback, but in a nutshell, the offense has been more effective. They've been better passing the ball. They get more as a runner out of Kerry Joseph, so they're going to ride him for as long as he can go.
Back to the ground on first down, and Charles fights his way up to the 37-yard line for a pickup of 7, and a late flag comes down on the play. And looked like a face mask against Saskatchewan. Both these teams have experienced 5-game losing streaks this season. Both have had questions about their quarterbacking.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Edmonton, number 61. 15-yard penalty after the play, be second down.
Center Kyle Koch is called for unnecessary roughness. That'll push the Eskimos all the way back to their 23-yard line.
Kyle Koch, a little late hit coming in from the left of your screen. He goes hunting around the pile.
Costly penalty for Edmonton. Now second and 18. Joseph with time, fires, he's got Kuhorn, and Kuhorn's got a first down up to the Edmonton 40-yard line. Nate Kuhorn with his first catch of the game. And the Medicine Hat Alberta native moves the sticks.
The Edmonton Eskimos starting to get a little bit here in year 2 out of their 2011 first-round draft picks. Scott Mitchell making his 3rd straight start at left guard. Nathan Kuhorn has been a starter all season for the Eskimos, been very consistent. That wide receiver spot. Kuhorn chosen number 5 overall a year ago.
Picked up 18 yards. Play fake to Charles. Lots of time for Joseph. Nobody open. And Kerry Joseph will run for a first down up close to midfield. Slowing down late, and flags are down. And now pushing and shoving on the Edmonton sideline after Kerry Joseph was slammed down late.
And a predictable reaction when you knock the opposing quarterback into his own bench.
And Mark Nelson, the Edmonton defensive coordinator, in there breaking it up.
It's a hit that could have been a lot worse. We've definitely seen more violent hits or hits delivered with more ill will.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Saskatchewan, number 16. 15 yards to the end of the play, automatic first down.
And in Eddie Russ's defense, he looks as if he tried to hold up at the last second. He kind of realized where he was here, but we know in this league, the officials are going to protect the quarterback. Kerry Joseph was clearly out of bounds. It's a flag that's going to be thrown every time.
So after taking a costly 15-yard penalty, Edmonton takes advantage of one. First down at the Saskatchewan 39-yard line. High snap, and the give goes to Charles, and Hugh Charles a little first down and more, down to the 22-yard line. A pickup of 16 yards.
Hugh Charles at his best when he gets out in a little bit of open space. And here he gets sprung up the outside by the receiver. Marcus Henry is going to come down with that crack block to pin the defensive end. Terrius George pins him to the inside. Hugh Charles gets around that corner.
Former Saskatchewan Roughrider Hugh Charles, and there's so much familiarity between these two teams. Of course, Kavis Reed, the Edmonton head coach, used to be an assistant coach in Saskatchewan. Richie Hall, Saskatchewan's defensive coordinator, used to be the head coach here. Kerry Joseph played there. There's so much interchange. Kavis Reed telling us yesterday they actually had to change their line calls on offense and defense for Saskatchewan games this year because so many players are so familiar with the other team's system.
Yeah, and it's something that's going to happen from time to time in an 8-team league, and where you have coaches who are going to get hired away, assistant coaches who are going to get hired away from a successful program, that automatically there is going to be that familiarity, players changing teams and so on. So it's just a good practice from time to change up those signals and calls.
Devin Tyler is the injured Edmonton Eskimo. We'll take a break and return to the CFL on TSN after this. Brought to you by Gibson's 100th Grey Cup commemorative whiskey. Available now in limited supply at local liquor store. Eskimos drive continues as Devin Tyler goes off, and big Matthew O'Donnell, 6'11", 340 pounds, in at right tackle.
Originally property of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, a second-round pick in 2011 who was obtained in exchange for Greg Carr.
Lots of time for Joseph, throws underneath, and that pass is incomplete, looking for Shamad Chambers. And Joseph took a late whack on the play from Tyron Brackenridge.
And Matt O'Donnell in at right tackle gets a tough welcome to the league. Defensive end gives him the inside move on this play. O'Donnell was looking for the switch with his guard, but just a little miscommunication there between the two, just not having that familiarity playing together.
Eighth play of the drive. Joseph looking at the end zone for Stamps. Touchdown! No! Couldn't hang on. The fireworks go off. Looked like Stamps had it for a moment, but as he came down, the ball popped out.
An outstanding effort from Fred Stamps to get his hands on this one and squeeze it, but couldn't survive that contact with the ground. Chris McKenzie stays with him, keeps the right hand on the right arm.
And the ball did come out.
Yeah, good call from the official. Good play by McKenzie to stay with him and get the arms wrapped up so Stamps couldn't secure it.
Now a field goal try for Shaw from the 30-yard line. For the lead. Nichols gets the hold down. And Shaw puts it through. 10-7, the Eskimos lead the CFL on TSN. Back to Edmonton after this. The Saskatchewan Roughriders, they were teammates at the UFC when they went back-to-back Canada West titles. And we are just over a month away from the Vanier Cup, Grey Cup weekend in Toronto.
And many of the usual suspects looking like contenders again this year. McMaster at #1, Laval in the mix. Of course, the Calgary Dinos, always dangerous. Big win for them last night over University of Alberta.
Tristan Jackson takes the kickoff from his 13-yard line, and Jackson's got a seam. Jackson's still going up close to midfield, and finally brought down there by Simone Lawrence, but not before a return of 40 yards on the kickoff gives Saskatchewan very good field position.
Well, tremendous burst there from Tristan Jackson, as we've seen throughout his career, but he gets a little help from special teams stalwart Sam Hurl. Terrific rookie backup linebacker for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Former Canada West Defensive Player of the Year, making his presence felt in this Rider lineup in his first season.
On first down, Durant throws, intercepted. It is picked off by J.C. Sherritt, and he's down to the 40-yard line, and the Eskimos add to their league-leading interception total with their 24th of the year. That is Sherritt's 4th from the middle linebacker spot.
J.C. Sherritt didn't have to move far to get this one. Couple steps into his drop and just sticks out the big right paw in front of Getzlaf to grab that one.
So the Eskimos, who lead the league in takeaways, get another. And now, as you mentioned, Dwayne, the challenge is to take advantage. The earlier touchdown did not come off a turnover. That was DeAngelo's bobbling a punt, but he didn't get it away. First down fake to Charles. Joseph with time throws, and it's complete for Shamar Chambers. And Chambers down to the 21-yard line. Close to a first down. Here's Ryan Rashad with an update for us.
Yeah, Gord, not on the Eskimo field right now is Fred Stamps, receiver for the Eskimos. He's on his way to the dressing room. Came up a little bit lame after dropping that pass in the end zone. Looked to be favoring his right side. Walked into the room with a couple of trainers. So the Eskimos without one of their big weapons on offense right now.
And it was a first down. The ball is punted just outside the 20-yard line. So Chambers is in for Stamps. And Matt Carter in the game as well, was about to take that handoff, but the play blown dead.
Timeout, Edmonton.
And Edmonton calls timeout just before the snap.
You could see a little bit of confusion from the Eskimos as they were getting a line for that play. Matt Carter looked like he was uncertain exactly where he was supposed to be. He's the guy who had substituted in with Fred Stamps out of that lineup. Stamps is a guy who's going to occasionally get some carries on slot back sweeps, reverses, etc. in this offense. Not sure they felt quite as comfortable with Matt Carter, but that Carter himself felt quite as comfortable running that play.
Carter had his first CFL touchdown catch last week against his old team from Hamilton.
The former first-round pick of the BC Lions back in 2009. Spent the last couple of years with the Hamilton Tiger Cats before joining the Eskimos as a free agent this offseason.
9:15 to go in the first half. Edmonton and Saskatchewan in another great battle. And Kerry Joseph on the quarterback draw. First down and more. Joseph down the 3-yard line. And Craig Butler saved a touchdown, but Joseph goes 18 yards. He averages better than 10 yards a carry this year.
Little things make a difference here. Watch the releases of the receivers. They make sure they get outside releases here so that the defensive backs have their heads turned to where Kerry Joseph is running, so they can't get involved in the play until they hear their teammates screaming at them. Little thing, if they release inside, the DB's eyes are inside looking right at Joseph. They're in position to make a play.
And now the short yardage offense comes in as Matt Nichols is on second and goal from the 2. Or first and goal, rather, from the 2. And some miscommunication in the backfield, gives it off to Messam, but he is stopped up quickly. Maybe got a yard. But clearly, Nichols and Messam were not on the same page there.
Yeah, Matt Nichols looking for a much wider mesh point. He's going to come hustling out of his stance, trying to get wide, trying to stretch. Messam looked like his first step went to the left. Not getting that play call.
Well, actually, Mark has a loss of a yard, so Joseph will come back on second and goal from the 3. Here comes the rush. Joseph to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Kerry Cope. Now they can shoot the fireworks, and Edmonton is added to its lead. Cope with his 5th touchdown catch of the year.
On second of the year against his former team. Kerry Joseph with Odell Willis in his face, lays it up. Tyrone Brackenridge was just guessing, trying to read the movement of Kerry Coke on the play, just ended up overrunning the receiver, hadn't located the ball. Coke kept his poise right there as the ball fell into his arms.
Eskimos now up by 10.
Kerry Coquille is headed to the corner, and frankly, if this is a better throw from Kerry Joseph, Tyrone Brackenridge makes a play. He's anticipating that the route is going to go far to the corner, so he's getting on his horse to try and get there. Kerry Joseph underthrows it a little bit, not as far to the corner. Brackenridge overruns it. Kerry Coque reacts. Comes up with the touchdown catch.
Brandon West takes the kickoff at his 10-yard line. And gets out to the 25-yard line. So the Eskimos take advantage of the interception by J.C. Sherritt. So there you see 42 turnovers forced. That's the most in the Canadian Football League this year. But 109 points off those 42 turnovers.
Yeah, not necessarily getting a huge return on what the defense is giving them in terms of opportunities. For that time, major for the Edmonton Eskimos. Extending their lead to 10 points here in the second quarter.
Grant takes that low snap. This is Sheets. And Sheets hesitates, moves forward. He's got a first down up to the 38-yard line. And perhaps the biggest difference between Saskatchewan in 2011, a team that was last in the league in points scored, and this Saskatchewan Roughrider team is the addition of number 1.
A nice run there from Corey Sheets, but in behind it, J.C. Sherritt, not real happy. He's used to being the guy making the tackles. He doesn't like getting tackled. That time by the center, Dominic Picard, who wrapped up his leg.
I don't know if you saw it last week. Dominic Picard picked up a fumble against Toronto. He might have squeezed all the air out of the football.
Ball security, Gord, ball security.
That ball was secure. Play fake to Sheets. Durant throws, and it's batted down by Brandon Lang. And that'll bring up second and long. And this Edmonton defense is answering Saskatchewan play for play.
Well, Brandon Lang, one of the guys getting an opportunity to play on this defensive line with the injuries they've dealt with at end. Julius Williams and Marcus Howard out. Lang out of Troy University, where he is the school's second all-time leading sack artist, behind only NFL star DeMarcus Ware.
Durant fakes, now sets up the screen for Sheets, and that is bottled up quickly as J.C. Sherritt once again is in to make the stop.
And I'll say it again. This is where you want J.C. Sherritt making the stops, getting a little bit of help from that defensive line, staying clean, making plays close to the line of scrimmage instead of having to chase plays all over the field, making tackles from behind. Here, sniffs out that screen to Sheets, keeps his depth, great leverage there. Shook off the block and made the play.
Burnett takes this bouncing punt at the 40-yard line and falls forward for a return of about 3. Here again, Ryan Rajad.
Yeah, Fred Stamps back on the Eskimo sideline. Gord looked like he had some tape on his right hand underneath the glove. They needed to redo it. That's the word from the Eskimo training staff, but you can see him heading back onto the field now. Fred Stamps looks like he's good to go.
A welcome sight for Edmonton Eskimo fans.
Well, and a guy who was really a forgotten man for a good month and a half in the Edmonton offense.
Yeah, it's something that really shouldn't happen, and I'm sure part of the impetus behind the change in terms of the chain of command offensively for the Eskimos. This is a guy who was over 100 yards 6 times last season, had his first 100-yard game last week.
Play fake to Charles. Joseph looking over the top of Pujols. He couldn't hang on. He was looking end zone, and he dropped the football.